life well. That is what I want to do. I want to live this life well. Yes, I've said it before. As Mary Oliver says in her poem, we have this one wild and precious life, and I want to live it well. So this channel is about that kind of thing. And I was not going to make a video today. I was not. I went to yoga and it was beautiful. We did it under the oak tree and the blue sky and the grass beneath our feet. And normally I close my eyes a lot when I do yoga, but because we were outside, I kept looking up into the trees and I saw the ants crawling through the grass and I saw the breeze make the grass go like this and the leaves go like this, and I heard the birds and the airplanes. And it was fabulous. It was a fabulous day of yoga. And in the beginning of this video, I show a little teeny clip right before we get started. And the playlist that our yoga, how should I call her? I want to say teacher, amazingness, Janet, her playlist was amazing, okay? Ended with the Beach Boys in honor of Brian Wilson, which was so nice. And then I had to tell everyone. My mom dated Dennis Wilson, went on one date. I clarified, one date. But anyway, it was a fun day of yoga. And Mary, my friend Mary, who also has a YouTube channel on here, and it's sort of in transition because she's thinking of changing the name of her channel. And I think she should, because she's an artist and she creates and she sews. She's an exemplary, is that even a word? She's a terrific seamstress. She made my bucket hats that I wear. She transformed my rainbow dress. She has a channel too. And right now it's called Salad Bowl Dress. But I think she should go by Mary Colmer, her name, because that's who she is. So she wanted to meet me at a coffee place to talk about YouTube stuff. And I was like, wow, that sounds pretty exciting. First of all, I've never taken my laptop out in what I'm calling the wild. I don't even have a case for it. So I have to carry it in like it's naked going into the coffee shop. And I ordered my Spanish latte with oat milk. And I got a vegetarian sandwich only because the Italian sub was out, not because I'm a vegetarian. And I had my sandwich, and then I had my big horse pill, which is my antibiotic for my teeth situation. And we sat there and we did some brainstorming, but really it was mostly Mary. Like, she knew so much about YouTube behind the scenes stuff. And she said, Tracy, you're consistent, you're amazing, you're on the verge, and I want to get you there. So she talked about SEO, she talked about keywords, she talked about affiliates, she talked about so many things that was just blowing my mind. I was like, what? She said something like, well, you went into this green and it's beautiful and you've been consistent. And she said, I don't know why you haven't blown up yet, but we are going to get you over the top out of the goodness of her heart, okay? Finally figured out, when they gave me that, when YouTube said, oh, you're a YouTube partner, there's things to read. There's like a section in the studio and you got to read up on it and you got to figure it out. And they're like, pick one of two things, like memberships. I don't want people to pay memberships personally to watch my content. I am free for everyone. I just don't feel like I don't know. I think it's something to do with my self-worth at the moment, but I didn't want to pick that one. So it says pick at least one. Maybe that means you could pick both, but I picked the super badge or super viewer or something like that. And what that does is that means that my subscribers can click on a little heart with a dollar sign and give me money? I'm like, okay, don't expect that to happen, but I enabled it. And they can also buy stickers or I don't really know. Today, I I I couldn't believe it. JB Creates. This is a new creator for me. His name is Jay. I've only just discovered him in the last couple of weeks. And he commented on one of my videos. And whenever someone comments on my video that is new to me, that is not familiar, because I know my subs, they're true and tried. It's usually the same beautiful group of you, leaving me the love. And so I clicked on Jay's profile picture, took me to his channel. And I was like, dude, this guy knows what's up. Like, he's only had the channel like 3 weeks, okay? And he's already almost got 100 subs, which is pretty epic. It took me 3 months to get 100 subs. He's very well spoken. He is very good at his editing. He knows what he's doing, and he has such good advice. And I have no doubt JBBEA Creates is going to go places. Like, he's like one of the greats already to me. Like, he's so good at teaching things. He has like little things on CapCut. And one of my next videos, not this one, Jay, because I want to get this up right away. But one of my next videos next week, I told Jay, I'm going to watch your video on CapCut because I don't use CapCut. I use iMovie once I got my laptop. And I used to use Video Leap on my cell phone. And it only worked on my cell phone. I love Video Leap. I wish they would have one that worked on laptops, but they do not. And I said, I need to get out of my box and I need to try something new. So I'm going to try CapCut next week. And I'm going to watch Jay's videos on how to do it. He's got a lot of good advice and he is very good at what he does already. And he doesn't have a ton of videos. He has a nice small collection right now. And they're all top notch. Like, literally, he must have done his homework majorly before he jumped into this YouTube thing. Now, me, opposite situation. I always say I jumped in the deep end. That's how I learned to swim when I was a tiny baby. They just threw me in the pool. And then I just figure it out as I go along. And it might take me longer, but I will get there because I'm a Gen Xer and I'm built with endurance. Wanted to talk about a couple of things, and then I'm going to leave and research what Mary told me about. I'm going to research it and see if it makes a difference on my videos. For one thing, I changed the title of yesterday's video because she said usually the very first sentence you say, you want to make part of your title. I was like, what? So yesterday, I named my video, John Lennon was the walrus and I'm the tortoise, okay? I not once said any reference to that in my video. Not one reference. Just pulled it out of the air. This is what I'm going to name my video. Do I go into chat GBT or use AI like I should? No, I always just go into my wackadoodle mind and think, oh, this makes sense. So I went back and changed it to be called I am the niche, because one of the first things I say in that video is I am the niche. We'll see if it makes a difference. And I am going to do a few other things in the description and see what happens. I don't know what I'm going to name this one. Probably The Art of Living Well. I don't know. We'll see. See how that flies in the universe of YouTube. But before I go, excuse me, I just dropped my book. I want to tell you specifically why I do this and why I love this platform that I have. I believe that everyone really should live a very good life, the best that they can. That there is a lot of negative things going on in this world, a lot of scary things. It's a different time. You can get really sucked into that negativity and fear, a big fear, And just you need to remember this. There is no fear in love. And my channel is all about love. It's about peace. It's about endurance, to keep going, even in the hardest of times, to keep going. to not give up. You just got to keep going. And I illustrated one time a long time ago. I used to write letters a lot. I'm kind of on a hiatus with that right now. But I would draw on my letters, and I drew all these stacks of failures with a redheaded girl on top that said success, because I climbed the mountain of failures to get to the success. And the other day, me and Rich, just out of the blue, went to Chinese food because I love Chinese food. And my fortune said, cast your fears aside and believe in yourself. Okay? Because if you recall, I have a lot of fear and a lot of disbelief in myself. And my friend Judith, she's so wonderful and amazing, also has a channel. And she has a lot of endurance, and she has a chronic illness, and she just keeps going, and she rides motorcycles. Her and Motorcycle Man would probably have so much fun together. But she was a teacher for a very long time, and I think she must have been the most amazing teacher in the universe, because she notices when you're being hard on yourself and you're kind of cutting yourself down. And she told me to be nice to myself and to believe in myself, because sometimes, even when I talked about my dancing, I was like, yeah, I don't have rhythm and blah, blah, blah. And I cut my dancing down. And she's like, Tracy, don't do that. You're amazing. Remember that. She didn't say all that. I'm adding some extra cool words like I'm amazing. So I told Judith, I said, yeah, I dance really good and I have fun when I do it. So that's what I want to focus on. And I want to tell you who some of my heroes in life are, besides Jesus. He's a pretty top-notch number one. Man, he's the best example I have of humanity ever for myself personally. This is one of the people I admire a lot in my life. And I never met him, but I did watch him when I was a kid. And I just remember really being intrigued by whatever Mr. Rogers was talking about, or what he was teaching us, or who he was introducing us to, and all the things. And I also watched the movie. There's a documentary about him, but there's also a movie with Tom Hanks. And honestly, that was a little trippy, that movie. And there was a point where Rich took me to the movie theater to see it, because he knows how much I love Mr. Rogers. And there's a puppet scene, and Rich leaned over. This is his famous line. Like, I don't even know what Quaaludes really do and what they are. I mean, we just like how it sounds. He'll say, oh my gosh, did someone just slip some Quaaludes in my soda? Because this is really crazy. And like when he said it, for some reason, it got me laughing and giggling so hard, I could almost not stop laughing at that moment. But it was a good movie, but it was a little Quaaludish. So I'm going to read a little quote from this book. I might start doing this because it's filled with beautiful, beautiful nuggets of goodness. So this quote says, when we love a person, we accept him or her exactly as is. The lovely with the unlovely, the strong along with the fearful, the true mixed in with the facade. And of course, the only way we can do it is by accepting ourselves that way. Wow, that is so true. So true. I am the first one to cheer someone on. I'm the first one to tell someone they can do it. And then when it comes to myself, I'm like, man, you got a long way to go, or you're not very smart, or, I have the power to step out of that, and I'm working on it. So my other little hero is Pippi Longstocking, okay? Her little badge here says, cool to be kind. It's cool to be kind. And let's adventure. And this is my other little spirit person, because she is strong, she knows she can do anything, and she has red hair. So that is all for today. I'm going to work on these keywords and SEO stuff and affiliate links and all that stuff, but I don't even know if I told you this. JBEA creates, is an angel. and he hit that little heart button with the dollar figure in it, and he gave me my first money towards monetization. And it's in, I don't even know what the term is for English money, but it is in English money. Had a little different dollar sign on there. $9.99. My first monetization gift. He said, "You're officially monetized." I was like, "What?" Jay, I am never going to forget this. And before I sign off, I'm going to let you know I am doing a live on Friday. I think I scheduled it for either 10 or 11 a.m. I think 10 a.m. Pacific time. I'm doing a live. I'm going to celebrate the summer solstice, and I'm going to celebrate my 3,000 watch hours and that I'm a YouTube partner now. And my mom and dad celebrate their 50th wedding anniversary on Friday. So much to celebrate, and I want to be there. And I'm going to be less hyperactive. I promise. I'm going to be calm and professional. But I will be there Friday. And if you want to stop by, if you're, anywhere around West Coast Pacific time, I think I did 10 a.m. I'd love to see you there. So until next time, peace, love, and keep going.